Uh, there. Alright, before I continue, let me check to see how this looks. And imagine if that goes all the way up. Yeah, looks good. Okay. And I'm still thinking about, like in Forza Horizon 5, I feel like there's no, like there's a lot of drifting stuff in the game, but they don't teach you how to tune your cars for drifting. And there's no preset, or not that I'm aware of. Maybe there is. But I feel like there's like preset cars for other things, but no preset cars for drifting. Like you can just buy a car and race, but I don't feel like you can just buy a car and drift. It's mostly because drifting is very hyped over the last couple of years because of YouTubers. Oh, you mean... But it's not like the game is designed for drifting. I mean, yeah, okay, but they put drifting challenges in the game. Um, hmm. So, I guess we're blaming YouTubers. Yeah, okay, I mean... Like, the game as a whole is quite beginner-friendly, right? Somebody like me doesn't know anything about cars. You just pick up and play most of it. But you don't just pick up and drift, is what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean as well. They added it because otherwise people know that no cars would complain. But never really designed it to be in there. Alright, let me check again. Especially on this side where the stairwell is. Because it's a little bit different on this side. Oh, you're not gonna see very much of it anyway. It's wedged in between here. Alright, let's just keep going. Uh, the one, like, playing through the story, they give you that electric car. Was it the Ford one? That's supposedly specifically designed for drifting. But I couldn't really get that to work either. I don't know if it's just me. I'm just gonna, like, thinking through the game again. Well, as you said, that was 100% an advert. I mean, yes, it was. Which is, I mean, it's fine. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? The guy giving the talking points was the owner of RTR, yeah. Who designed and built the car. I mean, it's cool. I mean, I like it. I like the idea of it. What I mean is, I would think that, okay, they give you the car, and you just pick it up, and it'll be easy to drift, is what I thought it would happen. But no, like, you get in the car, and it's still kind of difficult. Two-time Formula Drift champion, amazing. Now I feel bad about cutting him off in the game. He goes on such a long monologue about his car, and the race finishes before he finishes. It's honestly too long. I mean, if they're gonna let him talk for so long, they should have just made the race longer, right? Like, I'm interested and I thought it was going on and on. I mean, some of the other cast, they actually did a good job of. Maybe it's hard, because you have to write the story, get the voice acting. The Vita Beetle, the virtual story, I thought was pretty good. right? It went out across a number of chapters, and they built the beetle differently for each one, and each beetle performed in a different way. Papa Alejandro, yes. But like they really like showed off the car and all the different things you can make it do. And I thought it was like a, you know, if they were gonna advertise a car, that's how you would do it. But they don't let you keep any of the setups. Or maybe they do and I just haven't found it. Like they set up the car in so many different ways, but they don't let you just like keep driving it outside the races, outside the chapters. You can change the beetle in the different settings, I think. Yeah, I mean you can do it yourself. You can do it yourself and just build it the way they built it. I should look into it. Because, you know, as somebody who doesn't know anything about cars, I was impressed by what they made the beetle do, right? Like the idea that you can just take one car, and if you modify it correctly, you can make it do a lot of different things. Like you can make it go really fast, you can make it drift, you can make it go off-road, and it's all the same car. A lot of the cars have presets for tuning that change the cars in big ways. Yes, I know the presets, but the thing is, when I go to the presets, I find presets that other people have designed, and like you look at it and you're not sure what they do. I don't know if there's like a... Does the game give you presets, or is it all other players? Maybe I just haven't found where the settings are. The presets are just Forza. Huh. I haven't found them. So that's the other thing about Forza. The player things made things are just tunes. But the so-called player tunes can also change the parts though. Which also doesn't... Not sure if that makes sense. Okay. So the other thing I want to complain about Forza is the UI is confusing. Yeah, they changed the parts according to how they built the car, yeah. I would say, speaking of not finding settings, I've only recently got into racing games, and they all have overwhelming amounts of info in the pre-game stuff. I don't know, maybe cars just complicated. Yeah, menus. Menus are menus. Forza Horizon 4, or was it Need for Speed? Took me forever to find the exit button. Well, Forza Horizon 5 is still the same. It hasn't improved, right? Maybe car people are not UI people. Yeah, they also push all the online spiel way too hard, yeah. I mean, okay, so the extra stuff you can buy, I understand that part. They gotta make money. I mean, if they don't make money, they can't make the game. No, I take that back. The way they try to make you buy things is they hide the free stuff in the obscure UI instead of making the pay stuff actually appealing. Yeah, they try to make it look like it's in the game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So instead of like convincing you to buy the stuff because it looks cool, they make the UI look like you have to buy it when in fact you don't, and they just hide the button. That's yeah, it's not cool. I wonder about the pushing the multiplayer stuff. Like the fact that I haven't found the presets, I've only found the player tunes. It frustrated me to see how you struggle with buying a car the first time. Yeah, I couldn't even figure out how to buy the car. It's crazy. Because it's so easy, but it's just hidden if you don't know what to look for. Yeah, like there's a tiny little button on the bottom left of the screen, like this tiny little thing. It's like, oh, press this button. And it's not even like buy car with credits, it's go to colors. You have to go to colors, and then you have the option to buy cars with credits. So, oh, okay. This one. How is this? I think you should play Heat on YouTube next. Everything drifts. It's so much fun. Okay, so uh maybe I can make things drift in Forza as well. I'm gonna work on this. So Need for Speed, from what I've heard, not that I know anything about cars, from what I've heard, the simulation is not realistic, right, in Need for Speed. It's definitely arcade. How is this? Yeah, it's much more arcadey. I'm not sure, right? Like, I like the idea of a game that does everything. It's like, oh, if you want to just be casual, you can be casual and it's fun. But if you want a realistic simulation, it also has a realistic... I'm not sure you can actually do that in one game.